They attempted to shatter us, but we prevailed. The XRP community, also referred to as the XRP Army, has been up against constant opposition for years. It frequently appeared as though the odds were stacked against this digital asset and its holders due to stringent regulatory oversight, ongoing disinformation operations, and drawn-out legal proceedings. However, the community remains steadfast in their conviction that XRP was destined for greatness despite everything. This view has now been confirmed in ways that many people never thought were feasible. The banking industry is undergoing a radical change. There are obvious indications that banks and major institutional investors are making a significant shift. Their Bitcoin treasuries are being dumped. One of the most obvious instances is MicroStrategy, a significant publicly traded firm whose stock price has significantly declined, illustrating the larger trend of reallocating assets away from Bitcoin and onto XRP, a new and potent cryptocurrency. This market noise isn't random. It's a calculated strategic action, indicating that the established elite is reevaluating their goals and appreciating the special benefits of XRP as a financial tool. What is causing this change? It's easy. Many of the shortcomings and inefficiencies of the current systems can be addressed with XRP. XRP transactions settle in seconds and cost very little, in contrast to Bitcoin, which is frequently criticized for its slow transaction rates and significant energy usage. Perhaps most significantly, XRP has integrated compliance capabilities that conform to regulatory systems around the world. It is also scalable to manage the massive volume of international transactions. For banks and governments looking for speed, security, and regulatory certainty, these attributes make it the perfect asset. This change has been further strengthened by an unexpected revelation. With the covert launch of the FedNow service, the U.S. central bank's new instant payment system, there is growing conjecture that the FedNow system uses the XRP ledger as its back-end settlement layer. This colossal fact is concealed in the fine print. It indicates that the Fed is actively utilizing XRP's blockchain technology to enable quick, safe, and transparent transactions across the country, rather than merely supporting digital payments. If accurate, this integration represents a turning point in the major financial institutions' acceptance of blockchain technology. Banks will be able to settle payments quickly, around the clock, thanks to the FedNow system, eliminating the need for the antiquated, expensive, and slow procedures that have long irritated both businesses and customers. The Fed is effectively confirming the technical supremacy and dependability of the digital currency by building this infrastructure on the ledger of XRP. However, the United States is not the conclusion of the story. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are taking a bold stand on the global scene. These up-and-coming economic giants have long aimed to subvert the US dollar's hegemony in international trade. They have now decided to use XRP as the foundation of a new trading currency system that is backed by gold. This is a very revolutionary action. The BRICS countries are demonstrating their intention to create a new financial system that circumvents the dollar's hegemony and fosters economic cooperation by embracing XRP. By combining conventional assets with cutting-edge blockchain technology, the gold-backed component increases stability and trust. This combination presents a potent substitute for the current fiat-based international order, one that has the potential to change geopolitics and international trade for many years to come. The human tale that underlies this development is what makes it more painful: the XRP Army's triumph. This fervent, devoted community of holders has faced legal challenges that might halt XRP's advancement, in addition to years of ambiguity, anxiety, uncertainty, and doubt. However, their faith remained unwavering. The community persevered despite all the difficulties and deceptive headlines because they shared a conviction that XRP had the power to transform the world. There are significant financial ramifications to these events. Banks are purchasing more and more XRP. The Federal Reserve's infrastructure for fast payments uses XRP technology. XRP is being used by the BRICS countries as the basis for a new trading currency backed by gold. There is only one meaning to these variables coming together. There will be far more demand for XRP than there is supply. Since there is currently a restricted amount of XRP in circulation, Scarcity will raise the price in a manner that few other assets can equal. This is based on the facts of supply and demand economics and is not just conjecture or hyperbole. The market is about to enter a phase of rapid growth as a result of governments and institutions making a firm move into XRP. Given the volume of acceptance and the restricted supply, a price in the thousands per coin is not only feasible, but assured. Indeed, the FedNow system's use of XRP signifies a fundamental change in the American payment system. Customers will benefit from improved security, lower fees, and quicker payment processing times. On the other side, businesses will gain from lower operating costs and better cash flow. Financial institutions will also benefit from a strong infrastructure that can develop to accommodate increasing demand while still abiding by changing regulatory requirements. The adoption of XRP by the BRICS countries on the international scene represents a shift toward financial sovereignty and, to be honest, more diversification. These nations are putting themselves in the vanguard of the upcoming financial revolution by utilizing blockchain technology and fusing it with the stability of gold. This change has the ability to promote greater collaboration, rebalance the world's economic power, and open up new trade and investment opportunities. Furthermore, XRP's design has elements that make it easier to comply with Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering laws, which appeals to regulated organizations. Its smooth integration with current systems speeds up banks and governments' adoption even more, effectively bridging the gap between established financial networks and new digital finance. The government's support for XRP and its increasing institutional adoption truly signal the start of a new era in the cryptocurrency space. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.